So hello guys, today we will discuss about gender equalities, and this presentations we will present by me, Kiên and Quân. So let's get started.
Oh, hi Mom. What are you doing?
What you doing, son?
I'm signing up for a ballet dancing concert. I want to be a ballet dancer in the future.
Now you can do that shit.
Why, Mom? I want to follow my dream.
I want you for work and make money for me, not to do big shit.
Mom, you just don't understand. It's 2023. People work for what they want to do.
Shut up and get back to work.
You guys know what that is? That is gender inequality in our society. I don't get to be a ballet dancer because my mom doesn't want me to do. She wants me to work as a worker, doing math stuff. And welcome to our today's presentation. Let's look at the table of content first. Firstly, we will introduce you guys, which we have just done. Secondly, we'll talk about combating the gender stereotype. We will give you guys some information about gender stereotype and with some solution with it. Thirdly, is the equality of workplace. A brief definition of workplace equity. And finally, it's a conclusion. It is the end of our presentation. So, what would you like to present for the whole class?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, so introduction, which we have just done. Now, guys, what is equality? Anyone? Zoom? What do you think is equality? Just think it out. We don't need exactly the correct answer. I don't know. Anything is great. Any hands? Anyone? Three. Would you like to answer my question? What is equality?
Equality means you receive the same rights on something. For example, the human right? People get to, to speak about their idea, something. Yeah, that's what I can say right now.
I see your point here. Okay? So, from our side, equality affirms that all human beings are born free equal. Equality presupposes that all individuals have the same rights and deserve the same level of respect. And all people have right to be treated equally. But do you guys think that in prison life, are there any equality or inequality happening right now? Anyone? Okay, I think it's, go ahead. What do you think?
Yeah, I think now children can go to school, they can have right to vote, and they can do many work, right? But
Yes.
in some parts of the world, once they men, also they has argument or sometimes they has violence.
I see your point. That's what we are trying to say. Like, even though they are already, our world is already equal in like the gender, but sexual harassment is still an issue, despite the strides that our human have made in the recent years to protect victims. But unfortunately, many people still do not understand the severity and consequences of sexual harassment and fail to take the issue seriously. But now let's come to the second part, the combating gender stereotype. But firstly, I want to share with you guys a very big milestone in the past. This is a picture of the first woman that went into space on June 16 June 1963 in the midst of the Cold War struggle between the United States and the Soviet Union. And Valentina Tereshkova became the first female astronaut, and she became a symbol of equality between men and women. Now, Quân, will you handle this?
All right. So before I explain to you guys what is gender equality or and what is its consequence, can you guys tell me a little bit about it? So Zoom, can you help us? Any hands? Can you help us? Mic one. All right. So this is the definitions about gender stereotype. It is a generalized view or assumptions about traits, characteristics that are or should be held by man and woman, or the duty that are should be done by man and woman. A gender stereotype is thus harmful when it restricts women's man's ability to develop their personal characteristics or career abilities, as well as make a choice about their life and plans. Gender norms impact female worldwide, regardless of their conscious degree of development, and promoted by society as a whole, from parent to teacher. And why some may dismiss this is, and why some may dismiss this as insignificant. It has a long-term negative repercussions for females, lowering their aspirations and limit their job choice. And now we will discuss for you the solution line educations.
Thank you. Okay, so you guys have any idea how to solve this inequality problem? Anyone? Bantu, please. Any solution works, man. Just try one. Okay, I see. Okay, so I think the most important one is that the schooling system. The stereotypes are planted right in our schools, and education is where the answer rests. As a result, and as stated by UNESCO in its Global Education Monitoring Report, government assistance is critical. And also, teacher roles within the school become critical when it comes to offering equality and gender neutral education that supports student well-being and respect for professional standards. And also, now I will give you some of my point of view into how to solve this problem. Firstly, is we should be aware of sexism. You guys might think question certain stereotypes that we take as normal, but which in reality are social constructions. Secondly, is to join forces for equal education. The more people involved in this type of education, the more efficient it will be, the more students will be treated equally. And I think the third solution is to think laterally. It is to reinforce children in their preferences, regardless of whether or not they correspond to what the stereotype make us expect. And now, let's come to the third part, the equality at workplace.
So guys, and in the sake of women's equality in the workplace, I will demonstrate phases of gender equality. And the most prevalent problem at workplace, at work, when the women are the viewers, favorably than the men, and other male employees is a gender equality. I think that it has been known that the women are less other male, and the special treatment to the special treatment when they are just as brilliant as the man and another issue is we have the fact that the women perform some tasks, some even tasks as well as the men do, but they are not take recognized from the organization, and they are continue to overlook this. So, in my opinion, the gender discrimination must be eliminated in the workplace completely. In the modern society, I see that a lot of guys thinking that the women shouldn't have the leadership position, and I want to ask you some question about this. What is your opinion about this issue? Raise your hand, please. I want to ask you that what is your opinion about this issue?
This is inequality.
Go ahead.
Repeat the question again.
What is your opinion about that women shouldn't have the leadership position in the workplace?
Oh, I think in past is popular. Now I think women has a right to be good, to make work. That related to serve the country. I think that.
Okay, thank you. Great answer. And anyone else? Marcin? Can you answer this?
Well, I don't understand the question so much. Can you explain it or just repeat it again? What is your opinion about the women shouldn't have the leadership position in the workplace?
Well, probably yes. I think women did have a leadership position. Everyone and every gender is equal to.
That's all.
That's all.
Okay. And one more. Zoom. I want to hear your. In my opinion, is a total misunderstanding, and such my sense is incorrect. And the reason is many women has a high ability, the great expertise, and the experience required for the leadership position. And according to some recent report, the women are graduating from the college, the university is have a higher rate than the males do, and employees are paying the same salary that are start paying the level, paying the salary on the level that are start working. I think that when the employees are given the same benefit, the same benefit, the same resource, and the same opportunities, I mean that the gender equality at work can be accomplished. In the several years, some nations have made a strict toward gender equality. There's in particular in the area of the health, the education, and about the males and about the females for participation. And the basic, I want to say that the basic of the gender equality is to provide the same treatment for both men and women. And the following has to be taken into the consideration in order to attain the gender equality. And now I will hand the step back to one more.
So what can said before is just a small effect of gender discrimination. This effect always by our side, and all these effects are very bad. To improve this condition, I think that everybody here and out here, I mean in society, need to join hands in removing this matter. And I want to ask everybody here that do you have any solution for removing this matter, and what is that? Okay, can you Juan?
I think that we should really focus on comprehensive sex education, thereby helping people to get rid of sex decay.
Okay, very good. When talking about this problem, there are two solutions turning up in our mind, and let's come to the first solution. The first solution is considering leadership role for both men and women. It's a commonly mistaken belief that only men fit in leadership role and women are apt for support-oriented role. This kind of stereotype form the base for gender discrimination at the workplace. The appropriate people are deserving of leadership position, giving a leadership position to qualify applicants regardless of gender is a terrific method to advance gender equality. According to the World Economic Forum's most recent the Global Gender Gap Report 2017, women make up less than 50% of leader in each industry that's worth examining. And in some industries, such as energy, mining, and manufacturing, women leadership representation dropped to just 20% globally. A better representation of women in leadership roles inadvertently improve gender equality at the workplace, as more women will be hired across the board. Also, with a high number of women in leadership roles, there will be a high percentage of female employees entering due to opportunity in career advancement and mentorship. For the second solution is equal pay. I mean pay for equal wage, pay for equal salary for both men and women. The concept of equal pay is an important element to consider in an organization. Pay should be reliant on job role, and a regular pay structure needs to be introduced to improve transparency and to eliminate discriminatory pay issues. Companies across the globe should start taking steps to offer equal pay for women, as they are no longer considered as a weak gender. Even though both developed and developing countries have tried to address the gender inequality issues, just the issues still persist in many SMBs and as well as in global MNC. And according to a survey conducted in Canada, Germany, France, and United Kingdom, Switzerland, and Netherlands, the majority of employers, although nearly 87% believe that both men and women should be paid equally. Then again, American nearly 93% occur to the point that both genders should be paid equally. And it is thank you everybody for focusing on our performance, and I hope that our presentation will inspire to everybody here, and I hope someday the concept of gender discrimination is not exist on this world. Thank you.